I'm Rachel Downey, and this is round 5 of TitansRX, presented by Papyrus Converse. Just 2 weeks ago, we were in Lydden Hill, the birthplace of Rallycross. Now we are in a very sunny Montalegre in Portugal, where we have the Portuguese fans, the Spanish fans, all coming together to watch this spectacular sport at this classic circuit. Now, if you come with me, we are going to have a very quick chat with round 4's winner, Kevin Hansen. Kevin, can I just interrupt very, very quickly? Kevin, round 4's winner. You were probably one of my favourite winners so far. Your reaction was incredible. Talk us through that win.
Yeah, it was so nice. You know, it was the first time of the year I crossed the line first, and I love to celebrate. You know, when I do well, and no matter what position, you know, it's nice to celebrate. And I show a lot of emotions, which I really enjoy. So, you know, to get that win and to have a good celebration with Timmy and Andrew on the podium was really, really nice.
And how do you feel about this circuit? A circuit you're very familiar with, so are you feeling very confident?
I think all the circuits this year is amazing, and this one in particular, it's proper sideways gravel style, and it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait now to go out in Q1 with my brother and some other guys and enjoy it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. Good luck out there. And we're going to go over to Tom Brooks, who's on our TitansRX stage.
Thank you very much indeed, Rachel. Yeah, welcome up to the TitansRX stage here in Montalegre in Portugal. My goodness me, we are looking forward to this. The sun is shining, and it is going to be an absolute thriller here today with qualifying action Q1, Q2, Q3, and of course the semis and the finals here later on this afternoon. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. Lots of great racing action to come, lots of unpredictability as well, and a few new names in the Titans RX series in 2019 as well. Board at the moment, and he is just 1 point ahead of Toppy Heikkinen. Toppy Heikkinen on 88 points, having of course taken victory in round 1 in SA and in round 3 at Lydden Hill last time out as well. Then there's a bit of an interesting gap because of course we've got Timmy Hansen on 81 points in 3rd, then Ronnie Searock down in 4th on 52 points. Anyway, shall we go over and have a look at the rules and regulations that are making up TitansRX in 2019?
Converse will hold 12 race days over the course of 6 double-header weekends in 6 different countries. A race winner is crowned at the end of each day, and a series winner at the end of the season. There will be 3 qualifying sessions, where the highest points are awarded for the final race position, as well as some extra points for the fastest overall time. This forces drivers to overtake if they want more points, and reduces the influence of track and weather conditions. As in classic rallycross, the top 12 drivers compete in the semi-finals, and the top 6 face off in the final. Qualifying sessions have 5 laps, semi-finals have 6 laps, and finals have 7 laps. The Joker lap now becomes a penalty lap, and screens on track will tell drivers if they need to take a penalty lap instead of a spotter. Combined with the one-designed Pantera RX6 supercar, these rules will push drivers to overtake, creating exciting racing for the fans on track and our live viewers on Eurosport. To learn more, check out our website at titansrx.eu.
Let's take a closer look, shall we, at the Montalegre circuit that makes up rounds 5 and 6 of TitansRX Europe. You can see 1.5 kilometres long, 60% tarmac and 40% gravel. This is down towards turn 1. You can see the outer loop here. That is the penalty lap for drivers. So if they jump the start or have a discrepancy of one reason or another in the races, that means that they will have to take that outer loop, the penalty lap, the longer lap. Here we are all on dirt. This is the fast and flowing section. This very long banked right-hander, really, really fast. And then it begins to tighten up in the last sector. In particular, the final turns, the left and the right hander leading onto the start-finish straight, does make it very interesting.
Destas 3 qualificações da primeira corrida do fim de semana de Heikkinen RX6. prestes a começar a primeira manga de qualificação do TitansRX em Montalegre.
To get the long run down towards the first corner. It's Heikkinen with the inside line of contact already. Oh, dearie me, Ronnie Searock, Ollie Webb and Tom Coronel involved in big drama and huge strife at the first corner. Lots of incidents taking place there. Looked like one of them was just a little bit too over-optimistic. Three doesn't go into one. The upshot is that Tommy Heikkinen there, Harry, now leads the way.
Yeah, Tom Coronel made a really spectacular entry into our series.
Yeah, certainly did there. Well, we'll have to get a bit of a replay and see exactly what happened, but huge drama here in Q1. The upshot is that Tommy Heikkinen now leads the way from Shushu, and that's really impressive actually, because, well, Shushu was slow away from the start there, Harry, and he's managed to take advantage of those.
Yeah, Shushu has been, improving his race in the game every race.
Running forward now with the Hungarian driver, spectacular. See, he uses the handbrake and hit him in sideways, a little bit out of shape actually. Through that first corner, losing time to Tommy Heikkinen. Meanwhile, Tom Coronel has managed to get himself back on the road and into third position here in this qualifying session. But, well, that first corner drama really sort of putting pace in their races earlier on.
Tom Coronel, he's very well known in Holland and he's very spectacular and he has a lot of social media, visibility. So for his DHL, he made a good 360 turns. So I think at least his sponsors are happy.
Yeah, good sponsorship exposure for Tom Coronel. Not the way he wanted to have started his TitansRX career here in Portugal, down towards that long run to the first corner. It's a huge straightness down towards that whole thing to turn one. So incidents like that when you've got 6 cars running over to one corner.
That's right. The simply what happens now?
Ronnie Searock finding his way on the inside of Coronel. Coronel makes a bit of a mess of that first turn. The German driver, who again was slow away from the start, now up into the podium positions here. So Ronnie Searock's pace looking pretty good in the early stages here, as Tom Coronel still very much finding his feet.
Yeah, exactly. It's very good to see this loose gravel now, so cars are really sliding a lot. And Tom Coronel is he's the first time on this series, but he immediately is like a duck in the water here.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, this circuit is very different to what we had in the field last time out there as well. Lots more turn sections and a very different type of turns as well for each race.
And there's unlike most of the circuit, it hasn't got a jump. So as a Finn, I would like to see jumps everywhere, but there isn't one. But this circuit is excellent. Drivers really do like this circuit.
They certainly do. Ollie Webb has now managed to find his way past Tom Coronel as well. So Webb, of course, also involved in that first corner drama. Now on the inside, but Tom Coronel trying to fight back immediately as they go through onto that third section. Once again here at Montalegre, Ollie Webb in the number 4, Nelson Piquet's former car as well. And you can see there Webb just getting himself to grips with things, running a little bit wide through that left-hander. Doesn't leave the door open too much there for Tom Coronel, but this is a nice little battle going on for position here on the final lap.
The curbs are actually quite high, so with you can be sideways and hit the curb, so you could even roll the car here. The curbs are quite high.
Yeah, exactly right, as you were saying there, Harry. And over the timeline, they're going to start this final lap here at TitansRX for round 1. We've been getting notification that the penalty lap has been received. I think that might actually be for Top Run as well, as Ollie Webb goes very wide once again at that first turn, making big drama here as he just manages to get himself gathered up and think lose too much time as Tommy Heikkinen comes over the line, takes victory in Q1, race 1 here at Montalegre in Portugal. Very impressive stuff there from Tommy Heikkinen. He kept a calm and cool head where others faltered.
Of course, he's got 1 point behind Kevin Hansen, and he wants to obviously over this weekend to get his own back. And the best way to start is to win the first qualifying set, and that's what he has done.
Exactly right. Shushu finishing in second, Ronnie Searock getting himself up into third position. So a top 3 finish there for Ronnie Searock in the first race of Q1. Then you see Ollie Webb coming over the line, fourth for Tom Coronel there in fifth position. And a learning experience definitely for Tom Coronel. Of course, he's used to driving on tarmac in touring cars, and it's such a different discipline running for Steve through. A lot of what you've learned out the window, haven't you?
Yeah, but he's a real showman. He showed me yesterday about his visibility in the social media. He's incredibly popular, and he has got, I think, hundreds of thousands of followers in Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and he has his own TV show in Holland. So he gives his sponsors a good value for their money.
It certainly does. Let's have a look at highlights of Q1 race 1 here at Montalegre then, shall we? And see if we can piece together what happened in that first corner. So away from the lights.
spectacular. You pay dearly, but if you're a victim on a encounter like this, but the spectators are not lovely.
A bit of drama there for Schuster in the first turn once he overcooked it. There is Tommy Heikkinen as well, taking the timeline once again. Very impressive stuff. Tom Coronel had another spin. That's how Ollie Webb was able to find his way past in the closing stages of Q1 Race 1 here at Montalegre. A very impressive result, and Tommy Heikkinen taking the spoils for the first race of the weekend as the cars making their way out onto the grid ahead of the second race. So very exciting action here at TitansRX Group. Let's take a
Easier said than done.
Yeah, certainly is. Well, interesting there in that first corner, wasn't it? We saw that big drama with 3 drivers involved, of course. Ronnie Searock managed to take advantage, really. He managed to, after that drama, get himself up into 3rd position. So some kind of consolation despite having that contest.
That is true. And even Coronel, I mean, he did a very nice 360 turn and got away, so he got more visibility for his sponsors.
Yeah, exactly right there. Well, Ronnie Searock and Ollie Webb not doing too bad a job either, considering the circumstances here at TitansRX. There are lots of great racing action to come ahead of Q1 Race 2 in just a few moments' time in these sunny conditions in Portugal as well. Lots of great racing action to come. Of course, the Q1 grids decided by a lottery for these drivers, so it generally doesn't lend itself to the close racing we see in those Q2 and Q3 sessions, because of course they're based on the results of that first qualifying session. That's when we see the grids beginning to close up, and that huge
Rallycross, há vários pilotos parapléticos que fazem competições, quer dizer, o Rallycross é sempre mais difícil, porque há umas diferenças de tudo, há uma tentativa de controle do carro, tem que ser constante, portanto isto é um verdadeiro desafio para o Rally Campos. Será mais fácil fazer os rallies em off, que ele costuma realizar, como algo que ia ter, do que vier fazer este Titan RX. Eu digo a partir do meio, o campeão em título de rally e segundo classificado no Campeonato Nacional de Rally até o momento, tem aqui o seu primeiro.
that long run down towards the first. Well, good start to have the brothers Timmy and Kevin anyway very equally as well as they come side by side almost down to the first corner. Kevin goes for the defensive line as Arujo versus Molinaro down towards turn 1 as well. Oh, 3 into 1 doesn't really go there. And Timmy Hansen gets a bit of contact with Arujo connecting with both of those drivers. Molinaro now into second as Kevin Hansen leads the way ahead of Molinaro. Then we have Timmy Hansen who's managed to get himself back into 3rd position with Arujo there in 4th place. But a very interesting set of circumstances at the first corner. That could be a very usual sort of scene that we'll see here at Montalegre with contact, of course, lots of drivers, that long run down towards the first corner.
Yeah, Timmy's got himself completely sideways. He was 90 degrees sideways, and there he lost the place. So now, of course, the only thing in his mind is now to come back and see the rear bumper of his brother.
And here comes Timmy Hansen trying to go around the outside of Molinaro. Bodywork damage there for Molinaro. Hansen goes for the switchback, tries to go down the inside at turn 1. He makes it stick as well as Arujo, the local Portuguese driver, into the gravel trap there. Big drama here. TitansRX Europe as Timmy gets himself into second, so it's the Hansen brothers 1-2 as things stand here in Montalegre with Molinaro down into third position. That surely does mean that Ronnie Sample will be in the pound seats as well, because he will be very close, if not finding his way past Arujo there, and you can see he has managed to find his way past as they go through this long right-hander. This is a very spectacular part of the lap. You can see the cars rotating sideways through here, Ari, as well, the drivers, and it's just so unique in this circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, the beauty here is that the gravel corners are so long, full of soft sand, so you can have a long power slides, and it's easy to make a mistake on a long power slide also. So if you don't get your tight line, I mean, person behind can get past you. But you know, people don't want cars go on rails. They want to see sideways action, and here you have plenty of it.
Finding his way past Ronnie Sample there as well. Great stuff there for the Portuguese driver, two-time production World Rally champion is Arujo, and of course making his debut in TitansRX Europe this weekend. Competed on bikes originally, actually, then made the switch over to four wheels in the 1990s, and I tell you what, he is adapting relatively well to these TitansRX Pantera cars, because they're very tricky beasts to handle, as we've seen with these riders.
With the four-wheel drive makes it more stable. I would love to, in fact, don't you think? What about have a rear-wheel drive only? Would you like that? Would you love that?
I'd love a bit of that. Yeah.
That would be really sideways then.
Yeah, it certainly would. But you can see riding on board there. Looks like Ronnie Sample's just running a little bit slow here as they go through. Riding on board one of the drivers, just a moment to go here in Q1 of race 2. Here at TitansRX, here is Samara Molinaro doing a good job there in third position. Doesn't quite have the pace to get in touch with the Hansen brothers. There is Kevin Hansen, who's led this one from lights to the final lap so far. And you can see the gap that Timmy Hansen's managed to bridge to brother Kevin there as well. That is very impressive, actually, considering the dramas that Timmy was involved in on that opening lap.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, they are very experienced, they're very shrewd rallycross men, and the slightest gap somewhere, they will take a benefit of it and go past.
Yeah, they certainly will. Well, here is Kevin Hansen. You can see the blue flashes on the front of his Pantera here as well. Sliding his way through that long right-hander, followed by brother Timmy. This is a great start for the Hansen family here in Montalegre. Just 2 more corners left after this one, and Kevin Hansen is going to come over to take the spoils here at TitansRX Europe. Q1 race 2 belongs to Kevin Hansen. Second place goes the way of Timmy. Very impressive result from both Hansen brothers. Tamara Molinaro is going to hold on for that final podium spot in third position. Very, very impressive stuff here at TitansRX Europe. There is Molinaro and Arujo actually as well. Despite the dramas we saw him in the gravel trap, we saw him making contact at the first corner. He really managed to close that gap up to Molinaro.
That's right, but Tamara, you know, we have to catch for her. She did very well in the third, and every race is improving, Tamara.
Exactly, that's exactly what we like to see there for Tamara Molinaro. Great to see Kevin Hansen doing so well as well, and of course Timmy as well. Very impressive results for, as we said, both the Hansen brothers here at TitansRX Europe in Portugal. Going through the long banked right-hander. He is on his cool-down lap here. We'll get some highlights of that first corner drama there, but it looked like Arujo connected with Timmy Hansen at the first corner as he was braking very late on that long run down towards turn number 1. Lots of exciting action for Q1 race 2 here in Portugal. Kevin Hansen here on his cool-down lap, just making his way back into Parc Fermé. Whether they'll make some setup changes on this Pantera machine. So
Toppy, congratulations. First in Q1. How'd you find it out there?
No, it was really nice. I like the track, so you can send it in the gravel section, and also the first corner was really tight. So, like we saw in the qualifying one, that there was some action in the corner one, and I think we can see more when the weekend coming forward. But yeah, it's fun to be here, and our pace was really good in the qualifying one, so which I'm really happy about.
And reeling off from last weekend, you must be full of confidence coming into this weekend.
Yeah. This is gonna be a full send.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Toffee. Back to you, Tom and Ari on the stage.
Thank you very much indeed there, Rachel. Yeah, great to be hearing from Toppy.
Poderá fazer um rally. A questão é quando tiver este rally, quem é que fica fora? Você está piloto? Sim, eu vou dizer para o Stella porque eu fez para os oficiais.
Last week, we wish him the best and a speedy recovery there for Hayden Padden, but good to see Craig Breen out. Revs are rising then, race 3 of Q1 here in Montalegre. Underway, good launch there by the looks of things from Eric McCarthy. Good also launch from Gross in and Andy Jordan as they come down towards the first corner. 6 drivers, 5 drivers into 1, 3 wide as Arias into the side of Gross in and turn 1. Contact there once again, and Gross in is rotating round. Big drama there as Andy Jordan from the outside does get the lead through the first corner. Gross in with a lot of work to do then as he gets shuffled down the field. Following that contact with Ivan Arias, then we've got actually Craig Breen who got himself into the lead ahead of Andrew Jordan on this opening lap. So very impressive stuff there from the Irishman in only his second ever Titans RX weekend, only his second round of the Titans RX series as well. Grosjean in third, and then Ivan Arias in fourth place. So hugely exciting drama here. But Craig Breen there, very good start. That seems to be
you seem to have incidents on the first corner on every single lap because the track is very wide, and then they're squeezing into this hole, and well, that if you get out of the first corner without any damage, I mean, you are a long way in the front.
That certainly seems to be the case as Craig Breen leading the way 1.2 seconds ahead of Andrew Jordan was at the end of that first lap. Here is the battle that's going on for third position, the final top 3 place in this Q1 race 3. As you can see, Grosjean in there in third position, the French flag flying on his car with Ivan Arias, of course, a driver who is very well known in circles in terms of rallying, Spanish rally champion in 2000. Has a lot of Rallycross experience, so learning on the go, as are the likes of Tom Coronel and, of course, Ivan Arias, as we said, is in this race. You can see Arias there, very close to Grosjean. First got a bit of contact between them as they go out of the turn. Ivan Arias finding his way through up the inside into third place.
That was a proper Rallycross overtaking. Seron won't be happy, but c'est la vie, he would say back at home.
Yeah, certainly so. Rubbing his racing in Rallycross, as they say. And Arias now, he's going to have the bit between his teeth as he tries to close that gap down to the man in front of him, Andy Jordan, of course, in second place. And Andrew Jordan doing a good job here, holding his line, holding that position there in second position. Craig Breen out in front, keeping his nose clean. Exactly what the Irishman wanted to do in his second Titans RX event here at Montalegre. Down towards that first corner we go. The gap relatively spread out between the field.
Greg Breen has a lot of confidence now. He did very well in Finland on that Hyundai drive he got, and the sun is shining for him now, and you can see it in his driving. But you know, whereas Jerome, he seems to run from incidents to another incident, so every weekend he hasn't really got his act together yet.
No, certainly not. As you say, it just always seems to be at the head of the drama for one reason or another. He had a very difficult weekend and let him cross into the barriers on some occasions. It just wasn't the round 3 of the series that we had. Again, things are not working out at all for Grosjean. He has got the opportunity, of course, to turn things around in Q2 and Q3 later on here today at Montalegre. Here, though, is Craig Breen. An absolutely commanding race it has been for the Irishman. As we said, in only his second ever Titans RX Europe weekend. A great result it is for him. Very impressive stuff from the number 42. Riding the curve, very aggressive driving over the line to take victory in Q1. Race 3 here at Montalegre. Andrew Jordan finishing in second, and Ivan Arias, slightly calmer at turn 1, finishes in the top 3. Third position there for Ivan Arias. Jerome Bruce's in when he is quite a way down. Basically pretty fast. He hardly mentioned it at all over the course of that one.
De alguns danos provocados pelos dois toques depois. O Tony McCarthy, o homem que foi o
Very well actually from the middle of the front row, then down towards the first corner. Even Arias just bites a bit more than he can shoot. That sends him into the side of Bruce. Very lucky Andy Jordan there as well, Andy.
That was a bit of luck there, but that's how it goes. I close my eyes when I see this.
Yeah, I think even Arias probably close his eyes going down towards that first corner as well. Team Bruce is was actually looking very menacing against Andy Jordan on this opening lap, but then Andy Jordan just managed to bring that gap a little bit more back. The advantage he had closing up onto the back of the rotated in. Those two got very close to that final top 3 position in this race, and you can see Arias there looking very menacing. Seems to be relatively comfortable actually with this Pantera RX6 supercar, and sure enough he sent it down the inside at that first corner once again. Bit of contact between them once again, not for the first time in that race. Again coming out of that first corner, aggressive, harsh, but probably fair there.
Well, Jerome, yeah, it was fair. That is acceptable. And Jerome seems to, as he would have slammed the brakes, he suddenly is a long way behind. I don't know what happened.
Didn't really work out at all there for rotating in and towards that race. Maybe he was forcing a bit of mechanical damage. There is Craig Breen, meanwhile, a very impressive result for the number 42. Great race for the Irishman, doing exactly what he wanted to do. A perfect start to his weekend of Q1 race 3 here at Titans. Of Q1.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. Craig, congratulations. Second time ever you've been out in a Titans RX car. Talk us through that seemingly easy Q1.
Well, I completely missed my braking for the first corner. I thought I was going to come out of it last, and then all of a sudden there was nobody there. So I would say I was extremely lucky on the first corner. I didn't mean to do that at all, and I had no mirror. I had no idea if there was someone right behind me, or I had no idea if there was gaps. So I kept defending everywhere because I was sure there was somebody there, and I just found out that there wasn't. So I think that would have disturbed the time a little bit.
And what do you think of the circuit?
It's nice. It's a bit more rally, like a few ruts and places in there as well. So it's a bit like the second pass of a rough Portugal rally or something like that. So it's nice.
And are you enjoying it so far here at Titans?
It's great crack. Yeah, it always is. That's the reason why I'm doing it. It's a bit of fun, bit of fun and games. I'm not used to having all these people around me, so I enjoy it.
Brilliant. We enjoy having you here. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Thanks.
Pretty spectacular superbike engines in those cars. I'm looking forward to a bit of commentary on that later this weekend.
Yes, they are fast and they are very noisy. and I don't know, these Yamaha engines, they are revving, I think, up to 20,000 revs. And for example, the son of Petter Solberg, Oliver, who is doing 17 years of age, is doing very well in rallying now, and he has learned on those cross karts. So it's a very good, excellent training device, fast and furious, and not so expensive. Because of course the price is always a problem in motorsport, so cross kart gives a very affordable training ground.
Yeah, it really does, as you say there, Ari. And what about the new drivers we've seen this weekend? We've seen Ivan Arias, of course, who's making his debut. We've seen Armindo Araújo, the local Portuguese driver here. Tom Coronel as well. It's just so different for a lot of these drivers. You've got two drivers who've got rallying background with Araújo and Arias, and then you've got Tom Coronel who's making that switch over from touring cars. How different is it to go from a touring car, say, to a rallycross car running on loose surfaces?
Well, obviously, Tom Coronel has got quite a lot of loose driving experience because he handles it very well. He's not timid at all. He's confident, and if you have only driven on tarmac, and so you can be lacking confidence. But whereas he's really pushing hard, and of course our Portuguese friends, I mean, they are very used to drive on gravel on both of them. But we need showmen, and Coronel is so well known in Holland with his own TV show and with his enormous social media following. So that's what in modern times, that's what we need. We need people like him.
Yeah, exactly. You say that, and that's exactly right, because after the first practice session he had this morning, I saw Tom Coronel trackside making an Instagram story, and that's exactly the sort of thing we want. We want that great publicity for TitansRX, and Tom does a great job. Exactly,
and well, I do my Facebook, well, actually my son Max does it for me because I don't know how to do it. So he does it, well, I asked him to do it once a month, once in 2 months. It's not enough. I think I should be doing several times a day. So I've got a lot of learning to do.
We can make an influencer out of you yet, Ari.
Yes. I mean, I could relaunch my career now if I was more active in social media. What do you think?
I reckon so. Yeah. I think there's a market there for you, to be honest with you.
Maybe there's some old potential left. I just need to, it needs to, give it a kickstart now.
I think aim for Estering. We can get you making a comeback.
Okay, next race.
Well, let's have a look, shall we, at the final results of Q1 here at Montalegre in Portugal. Have a look at the time points, I should say, from Montalegre in Portugal, and see who was the fastest driver.
Will be between Topi Heikkinen, Breen and Hansen brothers. It's surprisingly how the gap between Topi Heikkinen and Breen and the Hansen brothers, maybe Topi partly was able to benefit from the harder surface in the morning because he was in the first heat, and the heats behind him, the surface was cutting up. So maybe that explains, but I mean, Topi seems to be in a good form, and well, these 4 first guys and Andrew Jordan, well, we will see plenty of action in the hours to come.
Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it, the difference between the sort of times that we've seen for the competitors. If you look at the likes of Topi Heikkinen, of course, took victory in his race in Q1. Then you look at Shushu, who was on the podium in his race in Q1, but his time was only best for 7th place. Now, that's not going to be doing him any help at all, because, of course, he's going to be gathering less points. So in the overall standings, with the points he took in that race and then the time points you add on top of that, he's going to have a bit of work to do going into Q2.
No, that is true, and it is very good that the time is taken into account, because if it wasn't, then people, when they're leading easy, they would back off, but whereas when the time is counts for the overall standing, so you need to keep on pushing all the time, and that's what we need. And exactly, of course, right, it shows out the fast drivers from slower ones.
Absolutely right. Well, let's head over to TitansRX.eu for full results of that Q1 session. In the meantime, let's head down to Rachel Downey.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom and Ari. And that was an exciting start to Q1. So don't go anywhere. We will be starting Q2 in about half an hour's time here from a very sunny Montalegre in Portugal. We hope you enjoyed the very start of round 5. We'll see you in about half an hour.